I got a lot of background dogs going on. We here. It's me and Tim. We only one with the heart to come in and talk to y'all after this abysmal showing by the Philadelphia 76ers. The Philadelphia 76ers just got their backs kicked in by the Boston Celtics. It was a blowout. Game really wasn't even close. The Boston showed Philadelphia where they are at.
He really wasn't.
They showed the world where they was at. They showed the NBA where they was at. And they also showed the 76ers something else that's very important. They let the Sixers know that the process is over. The process, the 10-year-long process that the Sixers tried to build with drafting Joel Embiid and drafting Ben Simmons and drafting Markel Fultz and signing Jimmy Butler and JJ Redick and Tobias Harris and all these other guys that came through here where every season we started off like we gonna go to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's over.
Done.
All that is over. So I do have a few questions with starting this since that's over. And then my mind is over. I've been there for a while, but this right here finally sealed it. I'm pretty sure it probably sealed it for everybody too, that the process now is officially over. So it's a few things that I have to question. Yeah, we can get into the game. We can talk about the game, Joel's health, Paul George. Are you ready to start the process over? Meaning Tank can get a draft pick. And what is your grade for the process that we set 10 years in the door?
Yeah, that's easy.
If y'all want to talk about the game, y'all want to get in the game and what happened, and we look bad. Paul George, terrible signing. Joel Embiid should have never gave him all that money. He's playing with bone on bone. Joel Embiid will never be healthy again. His knees are so bad he probably can't even get in shape if he wanted to, because all he can do is rest his knees. Terrible decisions by Sixers medical staff, their general manager, the managers, and Daryl Morey, what collective, whoever came together, and you knew what type of medical situation Joel Embiid is in, and try to sell us this, and you read them up, and you thought this will work. There's a lot going on here, but Tim, carry on.
All right. I'm in a very, very good mood today. I feel good. I feel great. Because in my mind, I already knew that the season was over. So right now, the only thing I care about is getting a top 6 draft pick. So every time we lose, that is a good thing. And tonight we didn't lose. We got our behinds spanked. We got destroyed, and that's a good thing. So don't when we win, I'm going to be angry when we win, because we have to be top 6 or we will lose this draft pick. So we got us right now. We like in the 7th place in the NBA. So losing to Boston, that's good. That's the mindset we got to have, because right now you're not going to win anything with this lineup that we have. It's just not a winning lineup. Everybody's hurt. Drummond's hurt. Eric Gordon's hurt. They said he saw 2 different specialists. Nick Nurse said they don't know what's going on with his wrist. You play these young boys, they're not ready. So the best thing you do, here's my solution to how we can fix this Sixers problem. I figured it out. I thought about it. We're not going to start the process over, but we're going to have to make some hard decisions. What we do is get a top 6 pick, trade that pick and Tyrese Maxey for Ja Morant. You heard it here first. That top pick, Tyrese Maxey, or whatever they want, we got to get to Ja Morant here. That's the only way we can fix this and become a championship caliber team. That's how I see it. That's my move. What you think?
My bad, my dog was barking back there. Kids is playing, he going crazy. Get Ja Morant. Is that what you said? That's your answer?
We got to go all out for Ja.
And pair him with who?
Have Joel get the surgery. Shut him down immediately.
Listen, I don't think you understand it. It's not Joel Embiid has bone on bone.
I know, but they said
He has bone on bone. He will never be the same again. We have to, as Sixers fans, we have to be real with ourselves.
I know.
Joel Embiid will never be the same. You're not getting Ja Morant, and Tyrese Maxey won't be a top 10 player. So with all that being said,
so you don't think when we gave him Tyrese Maxey and that top 5 pick and whatever they want, future draft picks, get that man in here.
No, listen. Unless they're trying to tank, they'll do it.
Tyrese is a star.
You can't. The NBA is so hard to win without a top 10 player, right? Do you agree?
Yeah.
You need a top 10 player in the NBA to win. Why would you trade away a player like Ja Morant for Maxey, who will never be, in my opinion, Maxey's a nice player, but he won't be a top 10 player in the league. You did have that with Joel Embiid. That's why the Sixers.
But I'm gonna listen. If you're giving them a top 5 pick in the NBA draft, and Tyrese Maxey was a top 15 player in the NBA, plus whatever future draft picks for Ja Morant, I think that can work.
We got to stop living in fantasy world. We got to deal with what's here now.
But this
process is over. The process is over.
I agree with that.
It's over. Paul George can't find it. He needs to find his mojo. I have no idea what's going on with that guy. And B won't be the same. And Maxey's in another slump. So I don't. And Nick Nurse said the condition on his team is poor. How's the condition on the whole team bad?
And you run ball all day long.
Yeah. What is going on with this team? The organization is in shambles. It has to start from the top. We have to get a general manager in here who can draft and develop talent. It's time to tank. Try to get a good to great player in the draft and redo this thing again. This thing is over. It's over. It's time. The process is cooked, and the process wasn't even good. If I was to grade the process, I'd give it a D.
I'm giving it an F. We spent like
it was a failure. The process was a failure.
We tanked for 5 years in a row, minimum, to get a top player, and you came up with Joel Embiid. And the sad part about it is the options that we had. Instead of getting one person, we could have got something else from Jaylen Brown. I mean Tatum. It's just so go on and on. Ingram,
a lot of big talent. That's the organization.
A lot of talent.
Organization did not know how to draft and didn't know how to develop talent, man. That's an organizational flaw. You know what else is a flaw with the organization? They're doctors.
Oh, yeah.
You can't keep players healthy. Joel Embiid's done. Paul George hardly plays. You don't know what's going on with Eric Gordon's wrist. Now, what's the kid? Edwards. Justin Edwards is out with an ankle sprain. What is going on with this team and getting these guys healthy to play? Drummond had a toe issue that nobody knew was going on. Nope. This organization is bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's time to start the process over. I know y'all want to hear it. Everybody's probably in agreement, man. It ain't even no reason to win any more games. What are we doing?
I agree.
What do we trouted out our healthiest team of the year tonight. You know that? It was the healthiest team we had all year. Only person who was out, Gordon and Edwards. Other than that, Joel Embiid played. Paul George played. Tyrese Maxey played. Drummond played. Healthiest team all year, and look what happened.
We got smoked.
Yeah, that should tell you something. That needs to tell the organization something. This team ain't ready.
We lost the
Don't try to get a play yet.
We lost to Boston a couple weeks ago after having a 26-point lead. We lost 5 in a row. That's what I said. It's cool, though. This is good. I'm telling you, we want to lose. The only way we're going to win, we're not going to win anything with Joel Embiid being unhealthy. And Tyrese, remember he banged up his knee before the All-Star break. I don't think he's totally back to where he needs to be. And it's fine. Because we tanking for a top 6 pick.
You got to tank it out. You got to tank it out. I don't see no other way around it. Got to tank it out. And I'm not even talking about for a year. Probably got to be maybe another 2 to 3 year tank job in order to build this team right.
That's a lot to ask. That's a lot. I like this year. You're gonna get that. I'm telling you, you could trade if you trade Tyrese Maxey is a star in this league. You put Tyrese Maxey on the block plus that top 5 pick. You can get Ja Morant in here. They're not going nowhere in Memphis with Ja Morant. They're not going nowhere. You bring him here, he'll take us to the next level.
We're not going nowhere with Tyrese Maxey.
Exactly.
So, I mean, they got better talent around. They got a better team around Ja Morant right now than we got around Tyrese Maxey. So I don't know. I don't know what you watching over there, but they stand a better chance the way they built it around Ja than us and Tyrese Maxey.
I feel with Embiid getting the surgery now and coming back next year.
And you hold. They are second in the West.
Who?
Am I looking at this right?
They can't be second in the West unless I read it wrong earlier. NBA standings. Shout out to Wemby too, man. Oh yeah, they are second in the West.
And you think they're going to trade Ja Morant?
Yeah, this is probably that's not gonna work. Oh no, they're not gonna work.
Yeah, they're taking a step back.
Yeah.
You know, you don't trade no athlete in talent like that, man, for Tyrese Maxey, who's right now up and down. What, he had 2 points before the All-Star break? 3 points in that game?
Who, Tyrese?
Yeah.
Remember he had a knee injury.
He played the whole game though.
But remember the next game he didn't play at all?
Yeah. Then Paul George on vacation posting pictures and stuff. And
Paul George, that was
this team is done. This team is done. This team is cooked. It's cooked. I don't see no other way around it. You tried to put talent. You tried to put talent around Joel Embiid for years. You know, you had Butler. It wasn't a mistake. He was a top 5 player.
It was a mistake.
He's a top 5 player.
Was he really though? Was he ever really a top 5 player, or did he just put up numbers? I mean, that's two different things. I don't think he ever was a top 5 player. He was a person who was able to put up a lot of numbers. You don't think Joel Embiid
was okay? Let me see. You don't think he was a top 10 player?
No, I think he was a viable.
Joel Embiid was a top 10 player in the league. Stop.
Here's how I feel about Joel. Joel Embiid is a value. He can get you some points, but he's not a winner. That's the thing he's not a winner.
Listen, we're not talking about winner. We're talking about top 10 player in the NBA. At one
top
point
10 player, your top 10 player got to be. They have to be a winner. You're not a top. If you're not a winner, you're not a top 10 player.
He is Relish. He is. He's definitely a top 10 player. Listen, I ain't even gonna go back and forth with you because that's nonsense. But
who is a top? Joker is a top 10 player. Tatum is.
You put the players around him. You tried to put talent around Joel Embiid to win. Everybody else got you. Joel in part of your argument, I guess. Joel Embiid could not get you over the hump.
That's not a top 10 player.
It ain't about top player. He just couldn't get you over the hump. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. He tried it with James. Our best shot was probably that Atlanta game when everything self-destructed with Ben Simmons and not shooting and the free throws. And then we had actually even the Boston series with James Harden gave us 2 40-point games, and then Tatum exploded game 7. And it's been a long process, long 10 years with Joel Embiid. And right now it's over. I mean, he's under contract for the next 3 to 4 years with the Sixers, but I really don't think you're going to get a lot out of him.
You got 4 years. We got 4 more years.
Him and Paul George. And both of them guys seem like they really don't want to play. They're comfortable where they at. They're comfortable where they at in life. They're comfortable with how their trajectory of their career. Because Paul George looked like he might get in the Hall of Fame, and I don't know about Joel Embiid.
He had 2 middle fingers up at us. He had 2 middle fingers on a beach with his wife chilling. Like, I don't care nothing about y'all.
He did.
Nothing.
He did. I agree with that. And also think it's time for the Sixers organization to get together and have a real conversation. with management, with the coaching staff, and even with the players about what direction this team is going in. You know, Joel Embiid giving you worthless minutes. Shut the dude down. Tell the NBA you send them around and go see specialists. Fly them around to see all these specialists to see what, if anything, y'all could do for him. Y'all should have had this answer already before you gave him this new contract. I don't know how in the world you let that happen. He has no cartilage and you give him 4 more years. Like what is going on? What are y'all thinking? Y'all giving away money like that? Do I need to go down there and see if I can hit a couple open threes and maybe they can ink me to a deal?
You'll get a 5-year deal minimum.
This team's done. You gave Paul George $200 million to a 35, 34-year-old guy that looked like he don't want to play no more, injury-prone player. It's a lot wrong with this team right now. A lot wrong with this team.
They made a good point. They said what the Sixers don't need to do is think that the only reason why we're experiencing what we're experiencing is because of injury. Because it's not just because of injury. It's just a bad team. The makeup of this team is bad. We're too old at key positions. We're just terrible. They need to blow this. It has to be blown up. It has to be blown up.
I see PA Assassin saying Josh Harris needs to sell the team. Josh Harris ain't making no. Josh Harris, and I'll give him this credit, like Jeff Lurie. You put guys in position to make decisions. You let them make you let who you think are smart basketball guys make decisions. You had with everybody, he's the boy genius. Daryl Morey fooled everybody. I think he was the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah.
And he sank this team.
And he's the dumbest boy in the room.
Sank this team. Josh Harris, let him run a team.
You can't be mad at Josh Harris. Josh Harris spent $600 million on 3 players this year. You can't be mad at the fact that he's willing to spend money and sign off on big contracts. This all falls on the feet of Nick Nurse and Morey, especially Morey. That's who it falls on. I'm not gonna be mad at somebody who spent $200 million. He gave 3 players $200 million.
Embiid is a huge part of the problem. Yes, but I blame the organization because coming into the year, before you gave him
a $200 million extension,
before you upped his deal, you should have known what you was getting into. You should have known what you was facing. You said you had half a dozen doctors take a look at Joel Embiid. So you knew.
Yeah. Paul George said he's been receiving injections to help him play through pain. So this
is what I'm talking about. All these dudes got so many excuses, man. Oh my God. What? He was just off. He was just off. He was just off for a week on vacation. What pain is he playing through now? This dude is soft.
Sit him
He's
off.
Soft.
I will
Paul
sit
George
everyone
is soft. Evan Turner was so correct when he said that we're gonna have the softest 2 players in the NBA with Paul George and Joel Embiid, man. He was correct.
Yeah. It was just like we just did the messenger. It was the wrong messenger. Because he probably was a soft.
It was. Listen, hey Relish, you can't. Hey Relish, I'm gonna say this. When you're putting $200 million into a man, I promise you, the organization knew everything that was going on with Joel Embiid.
Yeah, that's still.
You can't sit there and tell me an organization that's going to give somebody $200 million or $300. I think that's the extension was, whatever it is, $250 million, and you don't know what's going on with them. You have to be a fool. You have to be a not smart organization to give this man money. You don't know what's going on with him. That's not smart business.
But Joel knew he was hurt. Joel knew he was.
They knew he was hurt. They knew he was hurt.
But Joel came to them, and he got an extra $200 million on top of the $100 million that he was already owed. So right now, he's chilling. He robbed us. He robbed the entire city of Philadelphia. I think he plays like 17 games all year long. They said the Sixers have lost 6 straight games and are a season worst, 15 games under 500, and that's a good thing, ladies and gentlemen. That's a good thing.
Know what Elton Brand does? He carries Daryl Morey's luggage.
Yeah.
That's what Elton Brand does. He runs behind him with his laptop and his iPad. Elton Brand don't do nothing. He don't do nothing. You don't even see him. He's hiding. Neither one of them doing anything. Him and Daryl. Well, no, Daryl Morey is doing something. He's throwing money away. He's throwing Josh Harris money. He enjoying giving Josh Harris money. Who wants some more Josh Harris money? I wish I had control of somebody's purse like that, man.
Yeah.
He walking around with Josh Harris' purse, giving it to anybody. Joel Embiid, you want some? Paul George, you, who else wants some of this?
Anybody got a name? If you got a name right now, I'm telling you, Scottie Pippen can get a contract right now with us. That's how I bet. He just want anybody that has a name.
Yeah, he does.
Like, this Robert can still rebound.
He probably gonna stop bringing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem, can you still got that hook?
That's how it is. He doesn't know. He doesn't have. We don't got scouts at all. I'm telling you, the only thing we could do is bring. I would bring, as a head coach, I would bring in Sam Cassell. I know we've been talking about this for a long time. Give Sam Cassell his
coaching
shot.
is not the problem. I know. Listen, I know you're trying to blame Nick Nurse. I understand. You don't like him. It's not the problem. Coaching, but you have guys that can't play, don't want to play, don't give you effort. Who's at fault for giving you?
It's the effort. It's the
general manager
part.
Gave you these guys. You're working with what he gave you.
It's the effort part. You got to make these Bulls like.
You can't make Joel Embiid. You can't make superstars do that. You can't make them do what
I guarantee you can make. I bet you
can't. I'm telling you,
no coach. You'll make Joel play.
Who?
Sam Cassell. Sam Cassell be right.
Play, man. You've been saying this. Doc couldn't make Joel play. These dudes can't make
Doc
him play.
Make him play. He got an MVP out of Doc. Or Doc got an MVP out of him.
That's because Joel wanted it. Joel wanted the MVP. Doc didn't want it. Joel wanted. That's why he played. Joel played because he knew he had to play in a certain amount of games to get the MVP. Only reason why Joel Embiid played. Joel Embiid plays when he wants to play. The Sixers organization baby him from the start. His first 2 years, he playing around. He eating cheese. This is what I keep going back to, and everybody keeps telling me I'm killing Joel Embiid. The Sixers organization did this. He before games eating cheeseburgers and everything else. Everybody thought it was cute and it was funny. He out of shape. He coming in 300 pounds, trying to play himself in shape. Everybody thought that was funny. That was cute. Joe, he on Twitter playing Joe the troll. Joe the troll. Everybody thought that was funny. That stuff ain't funny no more, though, is it? It ain't funny no more.
He wasted your time. He wasted all of our time. But he's not even when he was at his best, he still couldn't get us over the top. And that's why I say he's not a top 10 player. He's a top 10 talent.
He was a top 10. He was a top 10 player. He might not have the top 10 player drive. He was a top 10 player.
Yeah, it's asking. Thank you. He said Joel's the selfish player you always said he was, Tim. Absolutely. And I knew it.
I don't know. I mean, is Morey a great drafter? I don't know. I gotta look at his track record.
No.
You know they have scouts and all that, so I mean they bring him all the information. Does he have the last say? I don't know. Is it a team effort? Is it I don't know what goes on in a war room, so I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, he does get the credit because he is the GM. So for this draft, he gets the credit. For last year, he gets the credit. He's still living off of signing James Harden in Houston. He didn't discover him. Who's he discovered? That's so what superstar did he draft?
I don't know.
Did he draft a superstar?
I don't know if he drafted Yao Ming. I'm not sure. But what I do know is he hasn't done anything since he's been in Philadelphia. He hasn't put a team together that could win.
These dudes can ball, right? Let me post this. Hold on.
He didn't draft Maxey.
They can play, right? Can they play? Yes. Who's the player with them that's going to carry that team? Maxey McCain, Bona Edwards. Who's the one that's going to put that whole team over the top? Is you see that in any of them names? You think Maxey going to do it? McCain, Edwards, Council. Who's going to do it? I was
That's a,
listening to dude. I was listening
it's
to
a
this
feel
dude.
good story.
He said in the last 50 years, there's only one team that won an NBA Finals without a top 10 player. You know what team that was? You can probably say it right off the top of your head. Tim, you know what team that was?
Detroit.
Yes. Yes. Detroit Pistons.
Yeah.
Only team in the last 50 years that won an NBA title without a top 10 player.
I don't necessarily agree that they didn't have a top. I think Rasheed was a top 10.
He wasn't a top 10 player. Rasheed Wallace was a top 10
At
player.
one
He's a
point in his
baller.
career.
He's a baller. He wasn't a top 10 player.
I gotta go look back at that.
You can look. He wasn't. You need.
He might be top 10 at his position, maybe.
He wasn't top 10 player in the league. You need that superstar player to win in the NBA. You do. So, listen, it's meant to be. It's meant to be seen if Maxey can be a top 10 without Joel Embiid. When they start, remember when we was up 20, and they started running the traps and everything else at Max, he didn't know what to do.
26. We was up 26, and they came back.
Yeah, so Maxey has to learn how to play through that, how to get around that, how to still be effective when they're doing that to him.
But you see what Paul George said? He didn't realize how challenging it is to play with Joel Embiid.
He's hardly playing with Joel Embiid, though. So he has no. See this. Joel Embiid, Paul George comes up with so much junk.
He didn't realize that.
I can't with that guy. I can't. This is all he want to do. Sit in front of Mike and talk. Don't even play ball. It's hard playing with Joel Embiid. Go practice with him. You got a coach that's supposed to teach you. That's supposed to work it out.
Joel, but no one can play with Joel though. No one. No, I'm telling you.
Listen. First of all, I've been saying this before. I just sound like a broken record. Players don't want to play with Joel Embiid. I told you this already.
Yeah, but when you said it, it wasn't believable. Now it's believable.
Paul George is only here because of the bag. Nobody else would give him 200, and he really don't even want to be here.
You can
tell by how he plays. He don't really want to be here. He's here for the bag.
Here for
this
that paycheck.
This is a 4-year layover, and he's back to LA living.
Yep.
I promise you, he don't live here. He's probably renting something for the next couple of years, or maybe he'll get traded. That's probably what he's thinking. Maybe I'll rent something for a little bit. Maybe I'll get traded and go somewhere else. You know, I got that bag.
That's what
I wish he'd be real on one of his podcasts.
He did say,
like,
he said it. He said it. He said the only reason why he said if he would have took the 150 by the Clippers if they offered to him. But he said if he was going to take the 200, he was willing to go anywhere. You could have sent them to Europe somewhere. He would have been fine.
Phil, I would have took the money if somebody was dumb enough to give it to me. Yes. I'm not. Listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not mad at Paul George for taking the money. I'm mad at the Sixers for giving it to him. It's a different mad. It's a different mad, right? He did what he's supposed to do.
Yep.
You take the money, right? Just like, and I remember who was the guy, the boy from New York, Brunson. I didn't take the money. I took the money. Paul George did what he's supposed to do. He took the money. Sixers was just dumb and gave it to him. He found a sucker. Oh, somebody gonna give me that. They gave him the bag. He gonna ink. They ain't really want to come here. So
bottom line is,
yes,
Paul George didn't care. Paul George is the same man who married his baby mom, who was a dancer.
Listen, man, what that man do.
But that's what I'm saying. But he did. What I'm trying to say is he didn't care what people thought. The fact that he didn't think. So if you think he really cares that he's not showing up to play, that he's often injured, he don't care. He's chilling.
He don't. And it's annoying because, man, I'm gonna tell you why it's annoying. It's because Philly is the type we're a hard-working city. We're a hard-working city, and we expect the same from our athletes. We expect the same from our athletes, man. That's why we love the Philadelphia Eagles so much, man. We love these teams that come out and work hard, man.
Oh, yeah.
Saquon work hard. He gonna play injured,
Yep.
play hurt. You always see this is, and I remember they had this argument about
Yeah, hit that
basketball
like button
players.
first too. You hit that like button.
Basketball players playing football, right? Remember they had football players play. It's the difference between being hurt and injured. Paul George don't even want to play hurt. If you're injured, you can't play. You always hurt. Football players play hurt all year. Different mentality. That's what you can't play with a little injury. You can't play a little hurt. Justin Edwards out with a little tweaked ankle. You always in the sport, athletes, you're always hurt. This is why I respect LeBron James so much. I respect these dudes with longevity that take care of their body. Even Curry, even KD. These dudes play for years and play many games a season. They play hurt. They play hurt. I have no respect for Paul George.
It's a whole different mentality with them. Not to mention they got pads and everything on.
They got pads, man. They getting rocked.
But that's that. You got
hold on. Do you think they're more banged up week to week than basketball players?
Oh no, they more banged up than basketball players. But basketball
players, think they play more hurt than basketball players?
They're not as skilled and talented as basketball players, though. They're not as skilled. They hit each other. It's like they just in car accidents.
That's not even good. Do they play more hurt than basketball players?
But they do.
Basketball players, a lot of basketball players don't play hurt. They don't play hurt. If they hurt, they don't play. I got a little. I can't go tonight. I'm a little.
I respect both sports. They both give a lot of sacrifice. One of them was playing over 90 games a year. That's a lot.
What? Name me one basketball player that plays that many games.
I'm talking about you didn't factor in.
Give me one. Just give me one.
LeBron.
He don't. You should have said Joker because he plays a lot of games. He played like 70 to 80 games the last 3 years. He plays a lot of games. Most of them basketball players don't play 50, 60 games a year. Come on, stop.
It's still a lot. That's a lot of wear and tear on your body, though. You can't deny it.
You're getting paid $50 million a year.
The superstars are.
Every superstar. Listen, it's Halliburton. Halliburton's not a superstar. He get max. You got dudes that's not superstars still getting a lot of money.
The stars, I mean, you got to pay. You got to use the contract. I'm not mad at the money that they're making.
I'm not mad at the money. I'm mad at the effort they putting out on the floor. That's what I'm mad at.
I'm more so concerned about the Philadelphia 76ers. We paid 3 Bulls $200 million a piece, and the only one that's really stepping up is Tyrese Maxey. Only one.
Yeah. I don't know where he was at tonight, but I mean the way they putting belt to behind. I mean, he probably tucked tail and ran. Everybody wanted they was coming out swinging. He didn't want to get hit. I don't blame him. Boston was out swinging, and this is the problem. It don't make sense getting in the play-in in your first round. You play Boston. Does that make any sense to anybody here?
And which is why I say we have to tank.
Exactly. It don't make any sense getting embarrassed in the playoffs and then you still giving up your first round pick. That don't make sense.
You got to tank. And that's what I said, tank. Let's get that top 5, top 6 pick, and we good. Send it right over to Memphis if they give it, but with them being second place, that's why.
Listen, you got to.
My dream player would be Ja Morant here. If you get Ja Morant, that resets everything.
We should have been in a Luka sweepstakes. That's what we should have did. We should have traded Joel and Paul George, try to get Luka in here.
That was an NBA deal.
Sixers for the next 2 to 3 years are done. I don't think it's a quick fix situation. I think it's a start the process over again. Get some talent. Get a couple years of young boy talent and draft and build. Kind of like Orlando did.
Shout out to the boy Wemby, man. He went down today. He gonna be out for the rest of the season. Said he got blood clots in his shoulder. So I mean, I just hope they don't.
That's what Chris Bosh had.
Yeah, that shortened his career. I don't know if it's like a big man thing. But that's messed up because I hope they don't tank and then they wind up having a top 5 pick, and then they come back, and now they got Wemby coming back, and then they also got the bull for that they picked up De'Aaron Fox, and then the number 1 pick. Well, we good. Sixers lose, which is good. We can catch y'all on Saturday. What do next time? What next time we play?
Yeah, I think Saturday we play Brooklyn, I think.
Yeah, I think we got the Nets. So shout out the Nets lost to the Cavaliers tonight, so we should play them. Hopefully they'll beat us again.
We need to lose. Because I think they have a worse record than us. No, we tied. Dang, the Wizards only got 9 wins. Sheesh.
We're not catching the Wizards, but we can stay around. We gotta stay. We gotta get below.
Jazz, they stink.
We gotta get below Toronto and Brooklyn.
We in limbo. The thing we in Sixers teams in limbo. The record ain't trash, but it ain't good enough. So you about to lose that first round pick.
We're not gonna do it. We lost 6 in a row, so we're doing good. Keep up the good work. All right, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Make sure before y'all get out of here, please just hit that like button now if y'all can do that for me. Appreciate it on YouTube, Twitter.
Just like that. Look.
Now,
just like that.
That's all you gotta do. Look at him. You see Ethan? All you gotta do is hit that like button. Do it all at the same time. Everybody at the same time. All right, y'all. Have a good night. I'm sleeping.